Hello again, everybody, and welcome to Friday Night Live here on the Missouri Sports Network, MissouriSportsNetwork.com, where everyone has a home field advantage. Certainly glad you've tuned in. Wherever you may be watching from, if it's your vehicle, hey, take that 3 seconds and buckle up. It's 3 seconds that could save your life. Be safe, be smart, and be here tomorrow. Lots of games, as always, on Friday night. We'll get to those scores as they come in. But first, are you turning 65 soon? Already retired? Medicare can be confusing, but it doesn't have to be. At Calhoun and Associates Insurance, they make Medicare enrollment smooth, simple, and stress-free. And that's just the beginning. From choosing the right plan to creating a retirement strategy that lasts, Calhoun and Associates Insurance is your one-stop shop for a secure future. Hey, they'll help you understand the options, avoid the costly mistakes, and build the retirement you deserve because you've worked hard your whole life. Now it's time to enjoy it. Call Calhoun and Associates Insurance today or tomorrow at 417-379-2157. 417-379-2157 or visit calhouninsurances.com. Your golden years start with a golden plan. Guy who come alongside Kent Mueller at the score desk. Darren Archer in the green room typing up the scores as we go. We certainly appreciate everyone tuning in. Hey, go to our Facebook page and give us a like. Go to our YouTube page and subscribe, and sign up and follow us on Twitter at Scoreboard Guy, at Missouri Sports Network, and at Missouri_sports, and at Playing_sports. Lots of games going on tonight. We had a few games last night. We'll get to those scores. We are expected to be joined here in just a few minutes by Orchard Farm. And just got a text from Coach Lindhoff at Orchard Farm. And he's going to call in at 10 o'clock as they get a big win tonight. Lots of games have gone final, but there are a ton of games still being played, including the one that I'm watching here in the studio as Staley is up 21-7 with 2:30 remaining in the fourth quarter over Blue Springs. But for the scores that we have at this time, we'll go back to the score desk. And Kent Mueller, what do we have at this point?
Okay, first, real quickly, the games from last evening. Joplin 42 over Glendale 21. Also last evening, it was Perryville 37, Bayless 8. And Mountain Home out of Arkansas defeated Rolla 37-10. Holt defeated St. Charles 49-8. While University City shut out Riverview Gardens 49-0. And Wright City held home court over Louisiana 27-14. Now, games this evening. We have Appleton City 60, Rich Hill 6. West Nottoway 92, DeKalb 20. Drexel 48, Jasper 26. Liberal over New Heights 60-8. North Andrew 54, Worth County 8. It was Paris 53, Northland Christian 2. Archie over Osceola 87-14, and Rockport over Platte Valley 76-2. Stewartsville 40, Mound City 12. Now into 11-man football is Clark County over South Shelby 14-8. Crystal City over Confluence Prep 42-16. Putnam County 48, Maysville 0. Thayer 55, Salem 16, while it was Salisbury 36, Harrisburg 0. Mid-Buchanan 28, West Platte 0. It was Blair Oaks in Class 2 over California 65-0, and North Callaway over Bowling Green 60-12. 60-12. Mountain View Liberty 25, Ava 3. Stockton 40, Sarcoxy 32, and it was Mountain Grove 54 over Willow Springs with 14. Hannibal 58-0 over Fulton. It was Boonville 21, Southern Boone 13. Bolivar shuts out Parkview 16-0, and shuts out DeSoto 33-0. St. Louis University High 49, Lutheran St. Charles 0, Hillsborough 28, North County 6, Kearney 14, Park Hill 7, Parkway North 30 over Marquette 7, and Bourbonnais over out of Illinois 35, St. Mary's South Side 22. Eureka 45, Fox 7, Elias 56 over Camdenton with 6. And Christian Brothers 56, DeSmet 13. Those are the scores that we have final so far for this evening.
There'll be a lot more continuing to come in. We've got another probably 70 or 80 games there that we're still waiting on a report from. We will mention that tomorrow's matchups are Pleasant Hope will be at Central Kansas City. Normandy will be at Jennings. Wyandotte, Kansas is at KIPP KC Legacy. Gateway will be at Miller Career. Rittenhour is at Pattonville, and St. Pius X is at Roosevelt. Checking some of the other stuff that have come in was Nixa over Carthage 38-22 in a game that was really a lot closer than that. In the fourth quarter, Seneca leads Monette 54-32. Southside Charter Arkansas over Marionville 35-14. At the end of the third quarter, Lamar leads Cassville 28-20. Elsewhere, Kickapoo falls to Republic 54-7. Nevada over McDonald County 35-21. We have reached out to Coach Wes Beechler at Nevada to see if he's going to be able to call in. In the fourth quarter, Logan Rogersville leads Carl Junction in a shootout 41-34. In the fourth quarter, it's Lebanon over Willard 49-22. Marshfield, that has gone final. Marshfield defeats Hillcrest 12-7. Mount Vernon gets their first win of the season as they defeat East Newton 35-7. Springfield Catholic now 4-0. They defeat Reed Spring 35-26. Stockton over Sarcoxian, you read that score, 40-32. In the third quarter, it's Buffalo over Stratford 19-6. Elsewhere, C. Don't have any new finals there or new score updates there on the board. Again, certainly glad you have tuned in here to the Friday Night Live. Hey, the most extensive high school football scoreboard show in the state of Missouri. Visit with coaches from around the state on a weekly basis. We reached out to Curtis Jasper at Joplin as they won last night over Glendale, and have not heard back from Coach Jasper. Hopefully he will be able to join us. Hey, if you want to leave us a chat, you can go on Facebook, on YouTube, or on Twitter or X and send us a message. Hey, let us know where you're listening from. Normally we just hear from listeners when we make mistakes, but that's always good. We want to make sure that it's right. But hey, send us a chat. Let us know where you are listening from. Also want to remind everybody that Monday is the Springfield Area Quarterback Club at Bambino's Italian Cafe on East Battlefield at Lone Pine. Doors open at 11 o'clock. $10 is the cost to get in, and it includes the meal. It's a buffet-style Italian meal from Bambino's. At noon, the coaches will begin speaking, and we'll get to hear from the college coaches from the area, as well as different high school football coaches every week. I tell you what, you come in to Bambino's, and you find the scoreboard guy there in that back room, and if you tell us or tell me that you heard it right here on this show, then I'll take care of your meal for you. Just the first one. Not everybody's going to come in and say, hey, I heard it. No, the first one to tell me that. So you need to get there by 11 and let us know. So just texting some coaches back here. So we'll head back to the score desk here real quick to Kip Mueller from Playing on Sports and let him run through the scores again. Then we'll take a break and we'll come back and we'll start trying to get some more coaches involved.
Okay, well, last night's scores, there were 6 games. Joplin over Glendale 42-21, Perryville 37, Bayless 8, Mountain Home out of Arkansas rolled into Rolla and defeated them 37-10. Holt 49, St. Charles 8, University City 49, Riverview Gardens 0, Wright City 27, Louisiana 14. 8-man football this evening, Appleton City 60, Rich Hill 6, West Nottoway 92, DeKalb 20, Drexel 48, Jasper 26, Liberal 60, New Heights 8, North Andrew 54, Worth County 8, and it was Paris 53-2 over Northland Christian. Archie 87, Osceola 14, and Rockport 76-2 over Platte Valley. And rounding out 8-man, the scores that we have is Stewartsville 40, Mound City 12. Into 11-man, starting with Class 1, Houston 55, Kabul 0, Clark County 14, South Shelby 8, Crystal City 42, Confluence Prep 16. We have Lathrop 28-24 over Skyline, and Southside Charter out of Arkansas over Marionville 35-14. Putnam County 48, Maysville 0, Thayer over Salem 55-16, and Salisbury 36, Harrisburg 0. Mid Buchanan 28, West Platte 0. It was Blair Oaks over California 65-0. North Callaway with 60 over Bowling Green with 12. Liberty Mountain View 25, Ava 3. Stockton 40 over Sarcoxy with 32. St. Francis Borgia 40, Holden 27. It was Butler 28, St. Mary's out of Kansas with 20. Excuse me. Mountain Grove 54, Willow Springs 14. Hannibal 58-0 over Fulton. John Burroughs over Lutheran South 49-7. Boonville 21, Southern Boone 13. Bolivar 16, Parkview 0. It was Festus over DeSoto 33-0. St. Louis University High over Lutheran St. Charles 49-0. Nevada 35, McDonald County 21, and it was Hillsboro 28-6 over North County. Kearney 14, Park Hill 7, Parkway North 30-7 over Marquette. Bourbonnais out of Illinois 35, St. Mary's Southside 22. Eureka 45, Fox 7. It was Helias over Camdenton 56-6. Nixa 38, Carthage 22, while it was Christian Brothers 56, DeSmet 13. Oakville over Hazelwood West 54-0, and Liberty over Park Hill South 49-0. Those are the scores that we have at this time.
Very good. Well, you're listening to Friday Night Live here on the Missouri Sports Network. And we're right back, and we'll hear from Allen Hilliard, who was at that Neosho Waynesville game. But we'll hear from him when we return.
There's a reason Chevy is called the heartbeat of America. The heartbeat's strong, steady, unwavering. Like the people who keep this country moving, doing what they do best. Helping neighbors, pitching in, getting it done. For them, only America's most dependable truck will do. And every Chevy truck, like every Chevy driver, dependability comes standard.
Seems Bill's up the creek without a paddle. That's not funny. And while he really wants a new boat, at Central Bank, we're helping Bill plan for what's most important, like retiring early and fishing whenever he wants. Hey, Bill, try it again.
Fine.
Hope a new boat's part of this plan.
Dream bigger, Bill. We're thinking about a cabin, too.
Now that's a plan.
The Walnut Street Inn is located in the heart of Springfield on historic Walnut Street, just blocks away from the Missouri State Campus, Hammons Field, Great Southern Arena, and downtown Springfield. The Walnut Street Inn features newly remodeled rooms, breakfast served daily, and a friendly, accommodating staff. The Walnut Street Inn is also a great venue for private events. Book your stay or get more information at walnutstreetinn.com or call 417-864-6346.
The innocence of youth. Is there anything any better? But soon they'll be in high school and facing all the same challenges you faced. How to make friends, how to fit in, how to be cool. We want our children to have everything they'll need to live fulfilling and productive lives. Make sure the kids in your family are among the more than 290,000 participants here in Missouri who take part in high school sports or activities.
Hey, welcome back to Friday Night Live here on the Missouri Sports Network, MissouriSportsNetwork.com, where everyone has a home field advantage. Certainly glad you've tuned in, and as always, brought to you by Liuna Labor's Local 663, Building Missouri, and reminding us to drive safely in those work zones. Those folks want to go home to their families as well. We welcome to the show now from Allen Hilliard Sports, Allen Hilliard. And Allen was at the Waynesville Neosho game tonight, and Neosho put on another show tonight, didn't they?
Neosho came out strong. They set the tone early. It was, I believe, an 91-yard touchdown the first play of the game. After Waynesville gave the ball back, it turned into that's not good. It turned into another 91-yard touchdown, and from there it just kind of continued. Waynesville showed a little bit more offensive performance in the game, but 72 points, I believe, was the final, 72-21 in that ball game.
What did you take away from maybe the first time you got to see Neosho?
Their running group is incredible of that team. They probably had 400 yards of close to rushing, if not more, in that first half. That couple of running backs combined, just an amazing job by the Wildcats.
Well, who do you think, as you look through that conference, does Neosho have a chance to maybe finish in the top three in that conference, maybe top four?
I think Neosho really does have a chance in that conference still, because they are holding their own right now. And looking at some of the other scores, there wasn't anything too surprisingly undecided really this week.
Very good. Very good. So what does Waynesville have next week?
I believe we're on the road at Ozark. I believe it's one of the Tigers we haven't played, so I think it is Ozark.
What about tonight's scores? Anything surprise you as you kind of look through them? And I know a lot of them are still, we don't have maybe 20% of them at this time because some of them aren't done yet. But anything maybe surprise you?
I've seen a couple of the games. I was actually watching some SCA football tonight where Thayer defeated Salem, but Webb City really kind of impressed me over Ozark tonight. They came out and showed, why they're Webb City on that. The Lamar Cassville game was a very close one. That came down to, not a little more than a touchdown, but it came down to a 9-point difference there. And like I said, I didn't see too many crazy scores tonight. Again, Republic came out defeating Kickapoo, which Republic, another good team. But I think, like you mentioned, the Neosho might have a run for one of those top three spots.
Very good. And next week we'll probably start talking a little bit about districts and district seeds and maybe start posting some things here at Scoreboard Guy via Twitter or at scoreboardguy.net, which is where all the scores are going tonight. You can always catch up for everything, all the interviews, the athletes of the week at MissouriSportsNetwork.com, and they'll be highlighted there as well. Well, Sir Allen, I greatly appreciate you tuning in, and maybe later on the show you might jump back in after we get some of the scores posted again, and if you have a chance, maybe look up some of those districts and where those things are standing, and maybe talk about that towards the end of the show if you're still awake.
Not a problem. I get back at home, I will definitely look at some of that and give you a call back if you're not swamped with coaches down there.
All right, very good. Allen, as always, appreciate it, and safe travels home. All right. It was Allen Hilliard from Allen Hilliard Sports, always kind enough to call in and check in with us. And we'll go back to the score desk as we're getting the scores now starting to come in and get updated. And Kent Mueller is at the score desk. What have we gotten so far, Kent?
Okay, we'll just jump in with the games tonight, starting with 8-man. We do have many more scores coming in now. Appleton City, 60. Rich Hill, 6. West Nottoway, 92. DeKalb, 20. Drexel over Jasper, 48-26. King City, 90. Stanberry, 12. Lincoln, 34. Concordia, 21. It was Lockwood over Greenfield, 87-32. Liberal over New Heights, 60-8. And North Andrew defeated Worth County 54-8. North Shelby over Wellington Napoleon 42-28. Paris defeated Northland Christian 53-2. It was Hardin Central 38, Oric 12, Archie 87, Osceola 14, Pattonsburg 80, Princeton 40, and Rockport over Platte Valley 76-2. And rounding out the 8-man is Schuyler County 40, Keatsville 24, Raymer 55, St. Paul Lutheran 0, and Stewartsville 40, Mound City 12. Now into 11-man football, it's Midway over Adrian 14-12, Charleston over Ballard of Kentucky 40-7. Houston defeated Kabul 55-0, while Clark County edged past South Shelby 14-8. Crystal City 42, Confluence Prep 16, and Crest Ridge by 10 over Cole Camp 34-24. Lathrop 28, Skyline 24. It was Lynn 58 over Missouri Military Academy with 8. 58-8, Lynn over Missouri Military Academy. 50, Malden 14. Southside Charter out of Arkansas over Marionville 35-14. Putnam County 48, Maysville 0. Brookfield 44, Polo 14. Thayer 55, Salem 16. Salisbury 36-0 over Harrisburg. Warsaw defeated Sherwood 61-0. Mid Buchanan over West Platte 28-0. Blair Oaks over California 65-0, while it was North Callaway 60, Bowling Green 12. Liberty Mountain View defeated Ava 25-3. Stockton 40, Sarcoxy 32. It was Borgia over Holden 40-27, and Butler over St. Mary's of Kansas 28-20. Mountain Grove 54, Willow Springs 14. Hannibal defeated Fulton 58-0. John Burroughs over Lutheran South 49-7. Boonville 21, Southern Boone 13. Bolivar 16-0 over Parkview, and Festus defeated DeSoto 33-0. St. Louis University High 49, Lutheran St. Charles 0. Nevada defeated McDonald County 35-21. Hillsborough 28, North County with 6. Kearney edged past Park Hill 14-7, while Parkway North defeated Marquette 30-7. Bourbonnais, Illinois 35, St. Mary's Southside 22. Eureka 45, Elias 56, Camdenton 6. It was Republic over Kickapoo 54-7. Nixa over Carthage 38-22. And we have Christian Brothers 56, DeSmet 13. Oakville over Hazelwood West 54-0. Liberty defeated Park Hill South 49-0. Games tomorrow will be Pleasant Hope at Central High of KC. Normandy goes to Jennings. Wyandotte High out of Wyandotte County, Kansas, plays Kip KC Legacy, and Gateway travels to Miller Career. Rittenauer plays Pattonville, and St. Pius of Festus travels to Roosevelt, with also Lutheran North playing at Westminster Christian. That rounds out our scores at this moment.
Very good. Very good. Want to remind you, if you're getting in your vehicle, hey, check around. If you got folks in your vehicle that are riding with you, hey, be a good sport. Make sure they're buckled in as well. They're riding in your car. They care about you, and you care about them. Hey, take that 3 seconds to buckle up. It's 3 seconds that could save your life. We're continuing to reach out to coaches. A lot of them are on school buses right now as they're trying to get home safely. So we are updating the scoreboard. Here you go, scoreboardguy.net. That's where all the scores will be. Coming up here at 10 o'clock, we will have Orchard Farm head coach Chris Lindhoff joining us as they go to 4-0. And at 10:10, Nixa head football coach John Perry will join us and had a very good game with Carthage, two of the powers in the state in classes 5 and 6. We're going to take a quick timeout right now. Actually, we don't have time to take a timeout, so we won't, because we'll be joined by Coach Lindhoff here very shortly. If you've got scores or anything like that, hey, send us a message at Scoreboard Guy or at Missouri_sports or playing on _sports or at Missouri Sports Network. I'll get that right. I'll be all right. So send them there. You can email us at MissouriSportsNetwork@gmail.com. Hey, and if you have an athlete of the week, somebody that had an outstanding performance tonight, I noticed that St. Louis University High had a player that set the all-time record for tackles at SLU. So we're joined now by Orchard Farm head football coach Chris Lindhoff. Coach, thanks so much for being part of the show tonight.
Thank you for having me on. Our school and Orchard Farm community always appreciate it.
Coach, a big win tonight over St. Charles West. Tell us about the game.
Yeah, it was a tough St. Charles West team. It always is. Coach Strauss always has a great program, and they're a tough physical team. But I think our kids did a good job handling the triple option, run-heavy look. Our offense took a while to get going, but the kids finally got it rolling in the second quarter, kept it rolling in the second half. Ended up being a successful night for us.
Coach, tell us about some of the young men that really stood out tonight for you. I know we had an athlete of the week presented by the Missouri State Highway Patrol and Chevrolet with your quarterback this past week, but tell us about some folks who had some big nights.
I think what really stood out tonight, and maybe doesn't get highlighted enough throughout our early on season, is our offensive line. I think they're fresh. I think we do a good job of mixing up our defensive line fronts to keep those guys going on offense. Blake Hallra, Eli Krill, Andrew Goki, all three huge leaders up front. And our linebackers stepped up tonight, which was huge for us. So Reed Statler, one of our senior leaders, stepped up. Had some huge tackles for us. Forced on the defense end. So good night on both sides.
Did you come out of tonight's contest relatively healthy?
Yep. Had another linebacker ding up his ankle a little bit, but I think he'll be good to go. But it's always unfortunate when someone goes down. But it was positive to see our depth step in, and a couple kids, Adrian Cruz stepped in, Reed Statler stepped in, like I mentioned. It's just you need your linebackers against St. Charles West every year. So I'm proud of those guys for stepping up and being coachable.
Coach, at what point during the season do you kind of start, maybe with just one eye, start checking out the district standings? I notice right now you guys are in second place in your district. At what point do you kind of start peeking over there?
It may sound silly. We just don't really look at it. It changes so much, and I think depending on who's playing Class 6 and Class 5 schools, I think it'll all shake out in the end. We don't get stressed on it. We tell our kids not to get stressed on it. They've done a good job of just being focused on each week and each team, and we know we've got 2 tough games coming up, and a few more tough ones down the road. So it's going to be tough before you even get to our districts. Just getting through each week.
Now you've got, I believe, homecoming next week with St. Charles. What do you know about St. Charles, and what are you going to have to do there to come out on top?
We've played close games with St. Charles since I've been here. Since I got here a few years ago, they're always one possession, close games. You could argue they should have got us last year. And Coach McMullen has built that program up, and they've been strong in the weight room, and all their kids play really, really hard. So it's going to be tough to stay disciplined, stay on top of their playmakers, and hopefully get our offense going a bit more efficiently than tonight. But the kids are excited for homecoming. It's always a special week around Orchard Farm. Our community's a special place. So we're pumped about all that.
Well, outstanding. Well, Coach, just so you know, we have a rule here at the Missouri Sports Network. To become an actual friend of the show, you have to make 3 appearances. This is your 2nd appearance. So next time you'll be a friend of the show, but we greatly appreciate you being part of it.
Well, I hope to be on again. Like I said, Orchard Farm's a special place. We're all lucky to be here, and our community appreciates all the coverage.
You bet. Coach Lindhoff, thanks so much, and hey, safe trips, and have a good night.
Thank you. You too.
All right. Bye-bye. Coach Chris Lindhoff there from Orchard Farm as they get a big win tonight. They're 4-0 now. They've got St. Charles next week, and as you look at that district, now their score has not been reported to the district standings at this point, but they're averaging 50 points a game going into tonight. They were just 2 points behind, or are right now 2 points behind Parkway North, and their score has been posted, and they are 3-1. They've got an outstanding opportunity there to maybe jump Parkway North into that number 1 slot there in the district standing. All right, you're listening to Friday Night Live here on the Missouri Sports Network. Hey, drop us a line. The chat box is open. If you want to tell us where you're calling from or listening from. And, hey, we may even open up the phone line tonight and maybe talk to some folks that were maybe at some games tonight and let them call in. We've got several hundred viewers right now on our Twitter or our X. I've got to get used to that. We've got 7 viewers right now that are watching on Restream. Don't have the YouTube numbers pulled up, but a lot of folks tuning in. You're listening to the most efficient and the most we have more scored than anybody. We've got more scores than Misha right now. So, hey, go to scoreboardguy.net and then go to our YouTube page and subscribe. You want to be the smartest fan in the stands? Follow us. We've got other shows that come out throughout the week. We've got Where Are They Now Wednesdays that come out Wednesday mornings at 7. We've got the Missouri Milestones that come out on Thursday morning at 8 o'clock. And then we have D-Row and Arch, High School Game Day. And then, as always, we interview coaches and athletes of the week from throughout the state. At this point, we're going to go back to the score desk here, with Kent Mueller as we await John Perry for next week call in. What do we got?
I'll start with the games that will be played tomorrow. Pleasant Hope will travel to Central High in Kansas City. Normandy goes to Jennings. It's Wyandotte County High School in Wyandotte County, Kansas. They will take on KIPP KC Legacy. Gateway will compete against Miller Career. Rittenauer will play Pattonville. St. Pius of Festus will play at Roosevelt, and it's Lutheran North traveling to Westminster Christian. Final scores for tonight: Liberty over Park Hill South 49-0, Oakville 54, Hazelwood West 0, Christian Brothers 56, DeSmet 13, Bentonville, Arkansas over Lee Summit North 45-28. Lafayette defeated Parkway Central 55-0. Nixa over Carthage 38-22. Republic 54 over Kickapoo with 7, and it was Helias 56-6 over Camdenton. Eureka defeated Fox 45-7. Bourbonnais out of Illinois defeated St. Mary's Southside 35-22. Parkway North 30, Marquette 7. Kearney 14, Park Hill 7. Hillsborough 28, North County 6. Nevada defeated McDonald County 35-21. St. Louis University High over Lutheran St. Charles 49-0. It was Marshfield defeating Hillcrest 12-7. Harrisonville defeated Warrensburg 35-28. Festus over DeSoto 33-0. Bolivar shuts out Parkview 16-0. Warrington defeated Winfield 40-15. Boonville defeated Southern Boone 21-13. St. Genevieve edged out Potosi 25-24. It was John Burroughs over Lutheran South 49-7, and a record was set with John Burroughs. It was the first time in John Burroughs football history where a girl scored kicking an extra point, a freshman girl. And it was Hannibal over Fulton 58-0. St. Dominic 42, Park Hills Central 21. Mountain Grove 54, Willow Springs 14, Butler over St. Mary's of Kansas 28-20. St. Francis Borgia 40 over Holden with 27. Stockton defeated Sarcoxy 40-32. It was Liberty Mountain View over Ava 25-3, while Lamar defeated Cassville 35-26. Jefferson defeated Cuba 64-16. North Callaway 60, Bowling Green 12. Blair Oaks blanked California 65-0. Mid Buchanan defeated West Platte 28-0. Tipton defeated Lighthouse 42-0, while Warsaw shut out Sherwood 61-0. Scott City edged out Portageville 28-22. Salisbury over Harrisburg 36-0. Thayer 55. Salem 16. Brookfield defeated Polo 44-14. It was Putnam County 48, Maysville 0, and Southside Charter out of Arkansas 35, Marionville with 14. Doniphan defeated Malden 50-14. Lynn defeated Missouri Military Academy 58-8. It was Lathrop edging Skyline 28-24. Veritas shuts out Deschênes 56-0. Crest Ridge 34, Cole Camp 24. Confluence Prep fell to Crystal City. It was Crystal City with 42, Confluence Prep 16. Clark County 14, South Shelby 8, Houston over Kabul 55-0. Charleston defeated Ballard High out of Kentucky 40-7, and Midway edged out Adrian 14-12. In 8-man football, it was Stewartsville 40, Mound City 12, Bramer over St. Paul Lutheran 55-0, Tarkio 38, South Holt 20, Schuyler County defeated Keithsville 40-24, Rockport defeated Platte Valley 76-2. It was Pattonsburg with 80, Princeton 40. Archie defeated Osceola 87-14, Hardin Central 38, Oric 12. Northwest defeated Sweet Springs 50-46. It was Paris 53, Northland Christian 2. North Shelby 42, Wellington Napoleon 28. North Andrew over Worth County 54-8. Liberal defeated New Heights 60-8. Lockwood over Greenfield, 87-32. Lincoln over Concordia, 34-21. It was King City 90, Stanberry 12. Drexel 48, Jasper 26, while it was West Nottoway 92-20 over DeKalb. Knox County defeated Bishop LeBlond 54-16. That's Knox County 44, Bishop LeBlond 16. Appleton City 60, Rich Hill 6. St. Joe Christian over Albany 48-42. In games last evening, Wright City defeated Louisiana 27-14. University over Riverview Gardens 49-0. Holt over St. Charles 49-8. Mountain Home out of Arkansas defeated Rolla 37-10. Perryville 37, Bayless 8, and it was Joplin over Glendale 42-21.
Outstanding. That's the scores that we have at this time. You can go to scoreboardguy.net and view them as we update them, or check in the morning when we should have probably 95 to maybe even 100%. We have updated. We will hear from John Perry here shortly, I hope. And also we've added Robert Clardy from Bolivar calling in at 10:20, and Webb City head coach Ryan McFarland will call in at 10:30 after their win over Ozark. So I may post Coach Perry, so maybe I just understand. Let's see if we can reach him here. We are reaching out to him. Coaches, if you want to be part of the show, you can text me at 417-327-6914. It's 417-327-6914. All right. Well, Coach Perry is not available. So I'll tell you what we're going to do right now. We're going to go ahead and take our second break here. You're listening to Friday Night Live here on the Missouri Sports Network, MissouriSportsNetwork.com, where everyone has a home field advantage. Coach Perry calls in, then we will cut away from the commercial and go right to him. Otherwise, we'll be back after these messages from our sponsors.
Any given Saturday, and a little work, and a little play.
Hey, little help?
And a truck that says no to nothing.
Hi, Dad. Can we give them a ride?
Yeah.
The Silverado Trail Boss and Chevrolet. Together, let's drive.
Leaders know there's no guide to greatness. When everyone else says something can't be done, they know it only hasn't been done yet. True leaders weather the fiercest storms and look deep within themselves to rise above and help others find their way forward. At Great Southern Bank, we're proud to partner with visionaries that help raise the tide for all of us. And when you're ready to bring your vision to life, we'll be right behind you with award-winning support.
What rhymes with great?
Participate.
Where does greatness start? Here, in the classroom. On the stage.
In the pool.
On the field.
Where will your greatness take you?
To better grades.
To more friends.
Yeah! Be great.
Participate!
Welcome back to Friday Night Live here on the Missouri Sports Network, MissouriSportsNetwork.com, where everyone has a home field advantage. As always, brought to you by the Bank of Billings, established in 1889, the oldest bank in Christian County. All right, we now will be joined. We're joined now by Nixa head football coach John Perry. Coach Perry, thanks for joining us. Coach, can you hear us? Coach, can you hear us?
think this is Coach Blakemore from University Academy. I thought you said Coach Perry.
Oh, okay. I apologize. I didn't see
fine.
the number, but Coach Blakemore from University Academy, a big win tonight over St. Joe Benton. Tell us about the ball game.
Yeah, we were able to run the ball tonight. That really helped us out. We had 3 young stallion running back going, and our O-line was churning the first half, and the defense came up huge. They only gave up 6 points a game, got us a safety. So it was just an all-around great game for us tonight.
Talk about some of the folks that really stood out tonight.
Yeah, so like I said, we featured all 3 of our running backs tonight. So Lynn Fletcher, he had just scratched over 200 yards, and Eric West and Sean Leverett, they both contributed a little over 50 yards each. So we rushed for over 300 yards tonight, so we were real excited about that. We're able to, our punter and defensive end and starting left tackle, Tylen Cornley, he blocked a punt tonight, which was huge for us, and had 2 great punts that he was able to pin them down inside of their own 5-yard line. So he was a major weapon for us on special teams. And our captain, Julian Wilson, he had a huge tackle for loss in the end zone, got us a safety. So, and then he also scooped and scored one as well. So it was, those guys stood out for certain.
Very good. Come out of tonight's contest relatively healthy?
Yeah, no bangs, no bruises. We're feeling good. Really, we had a great time at St. Joe Benton. Their coach was very hospitable, and it was actually kind of cool tonight. They had a festival going on across the street, and so during the fourth quarter, we had a fireworks show going off in the background. So that was exciting, and we're excited to be healthy next week going into Pembroke.
Tell us a little bit about Pembroke. What do you know about them, and what are you going to have to do to come out on top?
Yeah, Coach Knopic always has them ready to go. I got a lot of respect for him and his program. Like I said, it's been great having them join the Crossroads Conference with us. And, I just know they're going to be extremely disciplined. I'm excited to dig into the film and, kind of see what they're trying to do this year. And, I know they'll have some wrinkles waiting for us, and we've got some waiting for them. But it's always a great time traveling to Pembroke. They got a beautiful stadium right there off Ward Parkway. And so just excited for a really great Friday night game next week.
And kind of fill the viewers in or the listeners in on kind of the history there between you two. What's it? Has it been a rivalry, and has it gone back and forth? Or what's the situation?
Well, yeah, no, I'll be honest with you. So before we started co-oping with Kaufman, we were a Class 1 school, and so we were going and always playing these other KCMO schools, and they were at least a Class 2, if not Class 3 and 4 in the area. And so sometimes we'd hang tough for the first half, but the war of attrition and our numbers, we were starting a lot of kids both ways. And so they'd wear us down, and they'd usually slip away in the second half. Every once in a while we squeaked a couple out from Pembroke, but they've kind of had our number for a while. And so it's definitely a rivalry for us because they're close to us. A lot of our kids know their kids. They play them in all kinds of other sports, being at the Crossroads together. Nearby schools, but it's gotten to be a lot better of a game since we've co-op because we've been able to compete numbers wise.
All right, very good. Well, Coach, we got to jump off here, but we appreciate you calling.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
You bet. You bet. We welcome into the show now Nixa head football coach John Perry. Coach Perry, congratulations on a big win tonight.
Thank you very much.
And Coach, we're down in this game 14-10, and you outscored them, I believe, 28 to 8 the rest of the way. Or tell us a little bit about maybe some of the adjustments, or did you just realize you were Nixa?
You know what? I thought we had a really, really, really good first half. It was 7-7. They scored in the first half, which, tied us up. We got the ball back with 40-something seconds to go and was actually able to get down and get in field goal range, kick the field goal right before halftime, which I thought was a huge momentum shift in the ball game because they had it all on a drive where they went and scored, left under a minute to go. But then us to be able to answer, get a field goal, I thought was huge in the ball game. And then we come out and kick off to them, and they kick our butts all the way down the field, and they score and they go up. And from that point forward, it was pretty much all Nixa. We busted 2 long runs with Jaden McCaster. We had a 90-something yard interception return from Randy Flint, and we were able to get a little bit of breathing room there in the third quarter. I thought we had a 7 or 8 minute stretch where we were really, really good. And the team that we think we can be down the road, I thought there was a glimpse there in the third quarter of what we can do. And so we got a little breathing room, and we were glad to get out of there with a win, because I'm going to tell you what, Carthage and Coach Guidey does as good a job of coaching high school football as anybody, in this state. His team was well prepared, played hard. They're strong, they're physical. So I thought it was a really good football game between 2 really good football teams.
You get the big night from McCaster, and then you also got a receiver catches a touchdown pass and then gets a pick 6. So, that's a big deal for you too.
Yeah, I think Randy Flint is as good of a skill position high school player as is in the state. Like, he is a lockdown corner that I think could play any level of football, and we are just now starting to try to get him the ball more on offense, because he is a fantastic receiver as well, as he kind of showed tonight on the first drive. He caught a 60, 70-yard touchdown pass on 3rd and long, and then had the 90-something yard interception return. Like, he is a super fast kid that we need to get him to touch the ball more often, because you need explosive plays. The biggest telltale sign in high school football is the team that has the most explosive plays, 20 yards or more, they win the game 81% of the time. And tonight, we probably won that category.
Very good. You come out of tonight's contest relatively healthy outside of just normal football bumps and bruises?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. We're healthy and, excited for an opportunity to get back at it and try to get better and be better on Thursday night.
Very good. Then you got Lebanon Thursday night.
We do have Lebanon Thursday night. That'll be Coach Christian coming back home. He's a Nixa boy, so I promise you they will give us everything that we want.
You bet. Well, Coach Perry, as always, I greatly appreciate you being generous with your time. Congratulations on the win, and we'll catch up with you either at the quarterback club or down the road on the Friday Night Live.
Yes, sir. I appreciate you, and I appreciate what y'all do. Fantastic.
All right. Thanks, Coach.
Yes, sir.
All right. Coach John Perry there, kind enough to call us a little bit late. We're going to take a quick time out because I owe Coach Clardy an apology, because he did call in. We've had bang, bang, bang coaches, so I'm going to give Coach Clardy a call, and so we will do that, and we'll be back after these messages from our sponsors.
Things are a little tight for Terrence right now. But they won't be for long, because Central Bank makes it easier for customers like Terrence to dream bigger.
More room would be nice.
With mortgage solutions that can open the door to more space.
That's what I'm talking about.
For his growing family.
Growing family?
Honey, guess what?
You got this, buddy.
Unplug and unlock. Road trips on easy mode. And a really big touchscreen for the biggest jams. And qualify for up to $7,500 in tax credit with the Equinox EV. Unlock the tech and the value with the 2025 Equinox EV, America's most affordable over 315-mile range EV. And Chevrolet, together let's drive.
Whether your day starts early or goes late into the night, brings the discovery of something new, or just the work of getting it done, it's all easier with a little help. At Great Southern Bank, we understand the importance of having a trusted, reliable support team who can offer you helpful resources and smart options to make the most of what you have and build on it, with possibilities that inspire you to keep going. Find your support team at GreatSouthernBank.com. Great Southern Bank, understanding what really matters.
Hey, welcome back to Friday Night Live here on the Missouri Sports Network, MissouriSportsNetwork.com, where everyone has a home field advantage. As always, brought to you by Lyona Labor's Local 663, who remind us, hey, drive safely in those work zones. Those folks want to go home to their families as well. Lyona Labor's Local 663. Certainly appreciate the coaches who have called in tonight. I owe an apology. I tried to reach out to Coach Clardy here at the break. Had him scheduled, but we ended up going back to back with things. So we'll get that figured out. But we'll go back to the score desk right now as we're waiting the call from Webb City head football coach Ryan McFarland as they got their win over Ozark. But back to Kent Mueller at the score desk.
All right, we'll start right in with tonight's scores in 8-man football. St. Joe Christian 48, Albany 42, Appleton 60-6 over Rich Hill. Knox County over Bishop LeBlanc 44-16. It was West Nottoway 92, DeKalb 20, Drexel 48, Jasper 26. King City defeated Stanberry 90-12. Lincoln 34, Concordia 21. It was Lockwood over Greenfield 87-32. Liberal 60, New Heights 8, and it was North Andrew 54, Worth County 8. North Shelby defeated Wellington Napoleon 42-12. Paris over Northland Christian 53-2. Northwest defeated Sweet Springs 50-46. Hardin Central 38, Oric 12. Archie 87, Osceola 14. Pattonsburg 80, Princeton 40. Rockport 76, Platte Valley 2. Schuyler County 40, Keatsville 24. Tarkio 38, South Holt 20. Bramer 55, St. Paul Lutheran 0. Stewartsville 40, Mound City 12. In 11-man, it was Midway over Adrian 14-12. Charleston defeated Ballard High out of Kentucky 40-7. Houston over Kabul 55-0. Clark County 14. South Shelby 8. Crystal City 42. Confluence Prep 16. Crest Ridge 34. Cole Camp 24. Veritas 56. Deschênes 0. Lathrop defeated Skyline 28-24. Lynn over Missouri Military Academy 58-6. Donovan defeated Malden 50-14. Southside Charter out of Arkansas defeated Marionville 35-14, while it was Putnam County over Maysville 48-0. Brookfield 44, Polo 14. Russellville 51, Afton 16. Thayer over Salem 55-16. Salisbury 36, Harrisburg 0. Scott City 28 over Portageville with 22. Warsaw shut out Sherwood 61-0, and Tipton shut out Lighthouse 42-0, as did Mid Buchanan over West Platte 28-0. Fayette
Very good.
edged Western 7-6.
Very good. We'll get back to the scores. Right now, we welcome in to the show Webb City head football coach Ryan McFarland. Coach McFarland, thanks for joining us.
Hey, thanks for having me on. Appreciate it.
Coach, big win tonight over Ozark. Close game at the beginning. You kind of pulled away late. Tell us about the ball game.
Yeah, it was a 24-14 game at halftime. Really close game in the first half. It was actually, 21-14. We kicked a field goal as time expired. Felt both offenses played really well. Probably both defenses struggled a little bit. Came out in the second half, got a stop, and then was able to put some drives together and kind of stretch the score there. In the third quarter, going into the fourth quarter, I think at one point it was maybe 52-21, but and then they battled back there at the end. And hats off to our guys. Thought our guys played extremely well offensively. Mason Williams had 13 carries for around 255 yards. He's played really, really well for us this year. Gabe Johnson, who's coming off of a knee injury, he ended up with 1 carry for 70 yards, and then we kind of pulled him just as a safety precaution moving forward. But really proud of our guys tonight.
Offensive line must have played well also to get that many yards rushing.
Yeah, we did. And we went in tonight. We've played the same 5 guys all year. It's week 4, and we got to start developing depth. So we played these guys tonight and kind of shuffled them around. And they all came in and took advantage of their opportunity. And we feel really good about our depth there right now. And only one of them is seniors. That makes us, excited about the future with them. But, we keep getting better and better up front. And, with what we do offensively,
being able to do that really makes us go. And we've had 2 really good weeks with Kickapoo and Ozark, and we're really excited to start the COC West conference schedule next week with an undefeated Neosho team.
And tell us about that challenge next week and who you have and what the challenges are.
Yeah, so Neosho's 4-0. They're a program that's been on the rise the last couple of years, had a really good season last year. Coach Towdy does a great job with them. And it's, they had a big win at Lebanon last week. I believe it was 41 to 14 maybe, or 20. And then tonight they went to Waynesville and won big. So we're definitely excited about it. And, you look at the COC West this year, us and Carthage, Willard, Republic, and Neosho are all in the same district as well. We're going to go through this gauntlet of play to everybody, and then we're going to turn districts and do it again. But that makes the conference that much more important because, there's 7 teams, so we're trying to get that number 1 seed and get the bye in the first round. So every week in conference, it's a district game as well. So really excited to get going. And, our kids have played really well these first 4 weeks of the season, and there's some stuff we need to clean up. But I thought tonight was a really good showing by our players getting ready for conference.
Very good. Well, Coach, did you come out of tonight's contest relatively healthy outside of just normal football bumps and bruises?
Yeah, we've stayed pretty healthy this year. We held down an offensive lineman tonight that didn't play that normally starts for us. And Dave Johnson's, he's still coming back with that ACL injury that he suffered in basketball his sophomore year. So we've kind of been slowly giving him a few carries, and tonight he had 1 carry, scored on a 68-yard run. We pulled him there just, because we thought we had a good enough lead to where we can let him rest up a little bit. But, he's going to be a guy that, along with Mason, that carries us here moving forward.
Very good. Well, Coach McFarland, as always, greatly appreciate you being generous with your time and joining us here on the Missouri Sports Network. Congratulations on the win, and we will talk to you throughout the season.
Yes, sir. Appreciate you guys on the show and looking forward to talking to you again.
All right, Coach. Thank you so much. Have a great evening. That's Coach Ryan McFarland from Webb City. Big win over Ozark. And you talk about, look at that district with Webb City, Republic, Willard, Neosho, Carthage, I think maybe in that district as well. That is a brutal district. You could have 3 teams in that district all ranked in maybe the top 5 in the state. And Carthage put up a good fight tonight against Nixa. But Nixa just too much right now. Carthage was actually up, the leading, the second quarter, they went down and scored, went up 14-10, and then Nixa just kind of went on a run there to kind of put that game away. Another game, and I don't know the final of it, but CBC was having their way with DeSmet. DeSmet maybe 1-3 for the first time in a long time. I don't think they came back in that game, and I haven't heard the score on that. But for that, we'll go back to the score desk for the updated scores here. 56-13, CBC defeated DeSmet. So I knew it had gotten out of hand. But all right, we'll go back real quick here to the score desk and maybe
wrap up the Class 1.
Oh yeah, just start wherever you finished off.
I'll finish up with Class 3 and head into Class 2. Mid-Buchanan 28, West Platte 0, Westram 7-6, Windsor 49, Plattsburgh 13. Blair Oaks defeated California 65-0, North Callaway 60-12, New Red County 8 over Herman with 6, Cuba 64-16, Fort Clever 43-42, Hallsville over Macon 19-14, Fairgrove 48, Hollister 0, Lamar 35, Cassville 26, Liberty Mountain View over 25-3, Montgomery 6, South Callaway 6. It was Springfield Catholic over Reeds Spring 5-26, Stockton 40, Sarcoxy 32, and Caruthersville defeated Sykeston 42. Borgia, Holden 27, Butler defeated St. Mary's of Kansas 28-20. Mount Grove 54, Willow Springs 14. It was University of Kenton 6, St. Duncan 42, Park Hills Central 21. Osage over Eldon 50-12, defeated Fulton 58-0. Kirksville over Mowbray 14. Burroughs defeated Lutheran South 49-7. Mountain Grove 37. It was Knobnoster over northeast of Kansas City 43-13. Odessa defeated Oak Grove 20-7. Potosi 25-24. Defeated Southern Boone 13. It was Sullivan 27-13. St. Clair. St. Michael defeated Pembroke 31-16. Valley Catholic 57. Fredericktown 0. Warrenton defeated Winter 15. Bolivar shut out Park 16-0. Logan Rochester Carl Junction 41-34. Festus defeated DeSoto 0. Harrisonville 35. Owensburg 28. Marshfield 12. Hill 7. St. Louis University High 49. Charles 0. Nevada over McDonald County 35. Hillsborough over North County 20. Smithville 38. Oak 21. Kearney defeated Park Hill 14-7. It was Park North 37. It was Bourbonnais out of Illinois with 35 over St. Mary's South Side 22. And over West Plains 35-21. Capital City defeated Rockbridge 30-20. Topeka over Fox 45-7. Fort Zumwalt East 27. Fort Zumwalt South 13. Elias 56. Camdenton 6. It was Republic over 54-7. And Latude Hazelwood East 17-6. Lebanon over Willard 49-22. Rockers defeated Lee Sode 42-28. Nixa held court at home against Carthage 38-22. North Point edged Liberty 51-48. Lafayette Parkway Central 55-0. Rockwood Summit defeated McClure 42-8. Neosho defeated Waynesville 70-21. Bentonville, Arkansas, Lee Summit North 45-28. Blue Springs South 44. Ray Pack 7. Christian Brothers defeated 56-3. Shuts out Francis Howell North 48-0, while it was Fort Sumwall West 35. Francis Howell Central 9. Oakville Wood West 54-0, and Liberty defeated Park Hill South at 49-0. Those are the scores of this moment.
All right, very good, very good. Well, we're going to take a quick time out here, and we'll come back and we'll invite Allen into Joe to see if maybe he's got a chance to look up some of those district standings, and we'll be back after these messages from our sponsors.
There's a reason Chevy is called the heartbeat of America. The heartbeat's strong, steady, unwavering. Like the people who keep this country moving, doing what they do best. Helping neighbors, pitching in, getting it done. For them, only America's most dependable truck will do. And every Chevy truck, like every Chevy driver, dependability comes standard.
Seems Bill's up the creek without a paddle. That's not funny. And while he really wants a new boat, at Central Bank, we're helping Bill plan for what's most important, like retiring early and fishing whenever he wants. Hey, Bill, try it again.
Fine.
Hope a new boat's part of this plan.
Dream bigger, Bill. We're thinking about a cabin, too.
Now that's a plan.
The Walnut Street Inn is located in the heart of Springfield on historic Walnut Street, just blocks away from the Missouri State campus, Hammons Field, Great Southern Arena, and downtown Springfield. The Walnut Street Inn features newly remodeled rooms, breakfast served daily, and a friendly, accommodating staff. The Walnut Street Inn is also a great venue for private events. Book your stay or get more information at walnutstreetinn.com or call 417-864-6346.
The innocence of youth. Is there anything any better? But soon they'll be in high school and facing all the same challenges you faced. How to make friends, how to fit in, how to be cool. We want our children to have everything they'll need to live fulfilling and productive lives. Make sure the kids in your family are among the more than 290,000 participants here in Missouri who take part in high school sports or activities.
Hey, welcome back to Friday Night Live here on the Missouri Sports Network, MissouriSportsNetwork.com, where everyone has a home field advantage. And as always, presented by Doak Propane and the Missouri State Highway Patrol, who remind us to take that 3 seconds and buckle up. It's 3 seconds that could save your life. Be safe, be smart, and be here tomorrow. We'll bring into the show now here on the downhill side of it, Allen Hilliard from Allen Hilliard Sports. And Allen, have you had any chance to look at any of these district standings? And at what point of the season do you kind of start looking at that, hoping to get a home game?
Well, I would say about now would be that time. I'm just looking at a couple of these districts here. And besides Southwest Missouri, there's a couple of very competitive districts, Class 3, District 3, that is up there around St. Clair, Franklin County, a little bit of St. Louis County, it looks like. But you have, you got St. Charles West 1 and 2, which is in the lead with points, which there's a few anomalies like that. But you've got 3 and 1 St. Francis Borgia, 3 and 1 Wright City, and then a 2 and 2 Principia team with a tough schedule on there. And then a 2 and 2 St. Clair team, which is another very good team. So that's an example of one of these districts that, just like in Southwest Missouri, any of those games really could start counting. And the other one that really sticks out big time is the district with Blair Oaks in it. Blair Oaks, North Callaway, Father Tolton, and Warsaw, all in the same district, are currently undefeated. And then Centralia with 1 loss in the middle of that pack. So that's a Class 2 District 5 on that one. That's one that kind of sticks out. And as you've talked to the Blair Oaks coach at times, and that's a very competitive area of football.
It is indeed. As you look at, I've got my eye just right now, and the Mission website is extremely slow. So there's a lot of people probably looking at this, and they're maybe trying to get scores when they should be going over to scoreboardguy.net to get these scores. But that Class 1 District 3, which Marionville has kind of controlled, for the last several years, they're sitting at 3rd place right now with that loss tonight, which hasn't been put on their scoreboard, although, that may not affect them very much playing out of state and playing up. I don't know how they do that when they play the out-of-state teams. But they're at 4-0. They're at 59.4 points right now. Going into tonight, Ash Grove was 3-0. They're at 60.1. But they get a win tonight. That's not, showing there in that district. So there's just a lot of districts. I would be looking at it right now if I'm Ash Grove. That's a 16-team district with Ash Grove, Thayer, Marionville, Miller, Pierce City, and Kabul. And Kabul may slide in front of Pierce City tonight. I don't know what Kabul did off the top of my head. Their score is reflected, but Pierce City loses. But they lose to a good Ash Grove team, and that team is really coming up, this season. there at Ash Grove. But, that district, too, with that Class 5 district with West City, Carthage, and the Osho, Republic, Willard, I think, is in that as well. So I don't know the
I'm
other.
actually looking at that district right now, and that is maybe the most competitive one in the state.
Yeah, tell us about that district, because I can't pull it up because Michigan the site's going so slow.
So looking at that, Neosho right now is in the lead at 3-0. They're obviously going to stay at 4-0 either way, but they're only in the lead by 2 points out of this. So a Republic win would keep them in the running at 45, and then Carthage is going to move up to 4-1, I believe, and then Webb City, 3-1. They're already in, and then Webb City at 2-1 here. They're right up there with that one-loss group, and Branson is hanging in there with those teams. So, what is it? Top 5 of the 7 teams are all real contenders for really that top spot. I'm not sure. Some coaches like that home game, or that bye. Some coaches don't like the bye. And then the district that they would play, ironically, that's 6, Class 5, District 5. It's kind of the opposite. It's some teams that aren't doing great, but there's potential out of that. Lebanon, a team with a tough schedule, sitting tied with Jeff City virtually at the top spot. But Capital City and Glendale sitting in 3rd and 4th, kind of interchangeable. Again, tough schedules for them. And then it rounds out with Camdenton, Hillcrest, and Waynesville still looking for victories. But kind of an example of a tale of 2 districts next to each other, where you have one that's a powerhouse and the other one is not necessarily the bad teams, but they're teams that have a tough schedule.
Yeah, can you remember the last time a Camden team had a start like this?
I can't remember ever a Camdenton team had a start like this.
If memory serves me, I don't think they have a win yet.
No, they are 0-4 now. They lost 56-0, I believe, to Helias Catholic team, which is Class 6 this year, and there's a reason they're Class 6.
Yes, indeed. And I don't know that Camdenton's schedule, I don't know that it gets any easier. As I'm looking at it right now, they lost to Jeff City 17-7, got blown out by Branson 42-13, 42-19 to Smith Cotton, 56-6 tonight. Now they've got Columbia Battle next week, who going into tonight was winless on the season as well.
Yeah, and the conference they're in is also another tough conference because all those teams, the records, a lot of them are beating each other. So it kind of underestimates the potential of those teams.
Well, very good. We'll go back to the score desk here, and for one final time here before we jump off the air, and I want to remind everybody, go to scoreboardguy.net, and you'll have all the scores. They'll be posted there tomorrow. They probably, outside of the Saturday games, we'll all be we'll figure it out somehow. Coach Archer back in the green room is working his fingers to the bone here, trying to get all of these scores in. But back to the score desk and Kent Mueller, and what do we have at this time? And we've got to be getting closer, I think.
All right. That's right. Well, last night it was Joplin over Glendale, 42-21. Perryville over Bayless, 37-8. Mountain View out of Arkansas defeated Rolla, 37-10. Holt, 49. St. Charles, 8. University City, 49-0 over Riverview Gardens. And Wright City over Louisiana, 27-14. In 8-man football, it was St. Joe Christian over Albany, 48-42. St. Joe Christian over Albany. Apple 60, Rich Hill 6. Knox County 44, Bishop LeBlond 16. It was West Nottoway over DeKalb 92-20. Drexel over Jasper 48-26. King City defeated Stanberry 90-12. Lincoln over Concordia 34-21. Lockwood 87 to 32 over Greenfield. It was Liberal over New Heights, 60 to 8. North Andrew, 54, Worth County, 8. North Shelby defeated Wellington Napoleon, 42 to 28. Paris over Northland Christian, 53 to 2. Northwest, 50, Sweet Springs, 46. Hardin Central, 38 over Oric with 12. Archie, 87. Osceola, 14. Pattonsburg defeated Princeton, 80 to 40. And Rockport defeated Platte Valley, 76 to 2. Schuyler County over Keithville, 40 to 24. Tarkio over South Holt, 38 to 20. Bramer defeated St. Paul Lutheran, 55 to 0. Stewartsville, 40. Mound City, 12. In 11-man football, Midway defeated Adrian, 14 to 12, while Charleston traveled into Kentucky to beat Ballard High, 40 to 7. Houston, 55. Kabul, 0. Clark County, 14. South Shelby, 8. Crystal City, 42. Confluence Prep, 16. Crest Ridge over Cole Camp, 34 to 24. Veritas defeated Deschênes, 56 to 0. It was Grandview over Principia, 46 to 38. Palmyra over Highland, 67 to 20. Lathrop defeated Skyline, 28 to 24. Lawson, 24. Penny, 21. Lynn defeated Missouri Military Academy, 58 to 8, while Malden fell to Donovan, 50 to 14. Southside Charter out of Arkansas defeated Marionville, 35 to 14. It was Putnam County, 48, Maysville, 0. East Buchanan fell to North Platte with North Platte, 34, East Buchanan, 27. Brookfield, 44, Polo, 14. Russellville defeated Afton, 51 to 16. It was Thayer over Salem, 55 to 16. Salisbury, 36. Harrisburg, 0. Scott City defeated Portageville, 28 to 22. Warsaw over Sherwood, 61 to 0. And Tipton shut out Lighthouse, 42 to 0. Gallatin, 42. Trenton, 15. It was Van Far, 40. Mark Twain, 0. Mid Buchanan defeated West Platte, 28 to 0. Fayette edged out Western, 7 to 6. Windsor defeated Plattsburgh, 49 to 14. Blair Oaks shut out California, 65 to 0. North Callaway, 60. Bowling Green, 12. New Madrid County, 28. Herman, 6. It was Jefferson over Cuba, 64 to 16. Dexter defeated East Prairie, 50 to 16. And in a very close one, Forsyth defeated Clever, 43 to 42. Hallsville, 19. Macon, 14. Fair Grove defeated Hollister, 48 to 0. Lamar over Cassville, 35 to 26. And it was Liberty out of Mountain View over Ava, 25 to 3. Monroe City, 38. Centralia, 34. Montgomery County, 46. South Callaway, 6. Springfield Catholic defeated Reed Spring, 35 to 26. Stockton over Sarcoxy, 40 to 32. Caruthersville defeated Sykeston, 70 to 42. St. Francis Borgia, 40. Holden, 27. It was Butler defeating St. Mary's High out of Kansas, 28 to 20. Mountain Grove over Willow Springs, 54 to 14. University Academy defeated Benton, 28 to 6. And St. Dominic over Park Hills Central, 42 to 21. Osage defeated Eldon, 50 to 12. Hannibal, 58. Fulton, 0. Kirksville defeated Moberly, 19 to 14. And John Burroughs defeated Lutheran South, 49 to 7. Mount Vernon over East Newton, 35 to 7. It was Knob Noster defeating Northeast out of Kansas City, 43 to 13. Odessa defeated Oak Grove on the road 20-7. St. Genevieve edged out Potosi 25-24, while Richmond held court at home against Kansas City Center 51-12. Boonville 21, Southern Boone 13. Sullivan 27, St. Clair 13. St. Michael defeated Pembroke Hill 31-16. Valley Catholic 57, Fredericktown 0. Warrenton 40, Winfield 15. It was Bolivar over Parkview 16-0, while it was Logan Rogersville defeating Carl Junction 41-34. Chaminade defeated Vianney 49-34. It was Festus over DeSoto 33-0. Harrisonville defeated Warrensburg 35-28. Marshfield over Hillcrest 12-7. St. Louis University High defeated Lutheran St. Charles 49-0, while Mexico defeated Marshall 42-13. Nevada 35, McDonald County 21. Hillsborough went on the road to defeat North County 28-6. Smithville defeated Oak Park 38-21. Kearney defeated Park Hill 14-7. Parkway North 30, Marquette 7. Bourbonnais, Illinois 35, St. Mary's Southside 22. It was Branson over West Plains 35-21. Belton over Grandview 47-6. Capital City defeats Rockbridge tonight 30-22. Cape Central 28, Poplar Bluff 22. Eureka defeated Fox 45-7. Fort Zumwalt East 27, Fort Zumwalt South 13. Elias defeated Camdenton 56-6. Republic went on the road and defeated Kickapoo 54-7. Ladue defeated Hazelwood East at home 17-6. Lebanon over Willard 49-22. Rockhurst traveled to Lee Summit West and won 42-28. Nixa defeated Carthage 38-22. North Point 51, Liberty 48. Lafayette defeated Parkway Central 55-0. Rockwood Summit 42, McClure 18. Smith Cotton defeated Jefferson City 23-20. Fort Osage 66, Truman 6. And Neosho defeated Waynesville 72-21. Bentonville, Arkansas defeated Lee Summit North 45-28. Blue Springs South 44, Ray-Pac 7. Christian Brothers 56, DeSmet 13. Francis Howell 48, Francis Howell North 0. It was Fort Zumwalt West 35 over Francis Howell Central with 9. Oakville 54, Hazelwood West 0, while Liberty defeats Park Hill South 49-0. Those are the scores I have tonight.
Very good. Very good. We certainly appreciate everybody tuning in. Tomorrow's games, Saturday, September the 20th, Pleasant Hope will be at Central Kansas City. Normandy will be at Jennings. Wyandotte, Kansas will be at KIPP KC Legacy. Gateway will be at Miller Career. Rittenhour will be at Pattonville. St. Pius X will be at Roosevelt. And Lutheran North will be at Westminster Christian. Certainly appreciate the coaches who have been part of it. My apologies to Coach Clardy. I wasn't able to get him on today. Sent him a text, and he responded. And so everything's good there. But congratulations to Coach Clardy there at Bolivar getting their first win and his first win as a high school coach there at Bolivar High School. Thanks to all the coaches who called in. Coach Blakemore, Coach Lindoff, Coach Perry, and Coach McFarland there at Webb City. Hey, keep it right here on the Missouri Sports Network, MissouriSportsNetwork.com, where everyone has a home field advantage. Everybody have a great night. As always, the Missouri State Highway Patrol reminds us to take that 3 seconds and buckle up. It's 3 seconds that could save your life.